Hi, I'm Leonard Scott Collins, and I'm desperately underqualified to make money doing yoga on the internet. It's Tuesday, and it's raining ice outside, so I'm indoors working on my body. I just want to remind you that when you're doing yoga on the internet, you shouldn't do anything you don't already know how to do. Okay? Check in with a teacher before you do any of these poses. Because today I'm going to be walking you through 3 fun little inversions that I haven't done in 15 years. But to start with, we're just going to do 2 sun salutations to try to get limber. Inhale up to back bend, exhale down to forward fold, come up to flat back, really push that out. This is just to open up our spine a little bit and get our blood flowing so that we're warm for the more difficult poses. If you need to remember how to do sun salutation, go back and look at my first video again. The first one in this 2-week series, where we go slowly through this routine. If you're in better shape than I am, you might need a more intense warm-up. But for me, I already feel my heart beating. I can tell I'm ready to go. So first, your handstand. Now what I usually do is I find a wall and leaning against the wall come into my, I think this is Dandasana. Pull those toes up. Try to relax the abdominal muscles, the shoulders. Allow yourself to be supported here. Maybe come forward over the toes. Do it as much as you got. And no more. And now what this shows me is my distance from the wall, so that I get up, put my hands just kind of behind my heels. Come into my table pose. If I want to, I can do maybe a few cat-cows in this position. Really lift my shoulders up. Engage all the way through the spine. Make sure you're motivating this exercise from the hips and then rolling through the spine. And keep your shoulders down. That's going to be important today. Is none of this thing. Keep your shoulders in a comfortable, relaxed position. And so now, if you're nervous about inversions, Spread your fingers nice and wide. Spread your weight over your hands. And then you can think of gradually transferring some of the weight into the hands. And just feel what that feels like. Lift one leg up against the wall behind you. Press, press, press. And what you want to do is come to that same 90 degrees that we showed you when you were sitting, right? So that your torso is above your hands. Maybe I'm going to come back just 3 inches to make it easier for myself so that I can do it with bent legs. But you don't want to push yourself further out over your hands like this, right? You really want to think of where straight is. So this gives me a little extra room. Now I can put one leg up at a time. Other leg up. And think about distributing your weight evenly over your hands. Relax your neck. If you feel yourself getting tight, just do a couple of shoulder rolls. You want to go up slowly and really take care of yourself. You see how my back was bending? You want to go up, think about keeping straight. I'm going to try one more time to just kind of see if I can get a little bit of stillness against the wall with one of the legs up. But this is really a lot of work for me. Okay. So again, finding my position with my feet. Using my down dog to kind of like get used to the idea. Well, very modified, very loose down dog. Used to the idea of having some weight across my hands. And then climb up the wall. And you know, if you get some practice hanging out in that position, you're going to find yourself wanting to lift up, feeling comfortable with your weight centered over your hands. I'm not there right now. It's been a long time for me, but if you're trying it, I'm sure you can see how it would work. I'm going to take my yoga block again for this second pose. I'm going to put it up on end like this. We'll just see how that helps me. All right? Now, lying on your back, bring your feet right up, close to your bum, as if you're in that seated position I was showing you earlier. Hands can press into the floor. And now let's just try rocking our hips back and forth a little bit. Bum up, pelvis under, bum out, pelvis under, press up through the thighs. Get the sense of this. Just try to relax your neck. And if you want to, this is where you can take that yoga block,
Place it under the sacral spine, between your hip bones, and relax over it. Or, to go a little deeper, you can use your hands and then Alright, that's not how you come out of the pose. I went further than I wanted to, faster than I wanted to there. So, what you're going to want to do is use the support from your hands, or the block, or both. Don't trust the block completely because you don't want to fall down into it. As a matter of fact, I'm going to remove the block entirely for just now. But use the support from your hands and your abdominal muscles to bring the knees in all at once. And then you can kind of relax in this position just on the weight of your hands. Feel your shoulders and the backs of your arms, your triceps pressing into the mat. And then you're going to want to use your abdominal muscles to push yourself up to straight. It's very important that you do not speak in that position and focus on keeping these muscles on the sides of the neck really, really relaxed. Okay? And the idea is to be kind of up on your shoulders a little bit. No weight on the back of the head, with your body going straight up like you're lying down. And this next variation I'm going to show you is something that I really, really would not do unless you've done it with a teacher one time. So you can come up into this position. And then let your legs fall backwards. Roll out through the spine. When you're up in that inversion, you want to find a balance point between your hips and your ankles. It's going to be very comfortable. There's going to be a place where it's very comfortable just to hang out, and you can gradually let your weight shift you back till your feet are on the floor. But the pressure is going to be across the top of your chest and along the sides of your neck. So unless you're relaxed enough to really, really let these go, you can't, don't go deeper into the pose than the relaxation of these muscles will allow you to do. Don't let them bunch up on you. And then staying there for a long time, unless you have quite open hips, quite open low back, you may have feeling some burn across your lower back. So I'm doing okay right now, but if your back is talking to you, rock your knees back and forth. Let those muscles relax. Come to stillness. And and like and subscribe. Now, so we've done handstand, shoulder stand, and now headstand. So the classic move for headstand is this. Just resting the fingers into the fingers, creating a little nest there. Putting your elbows and wrists in the side of your hands, pressing them into the mat. And then you really, really want the top of your head, like the crown of your head. Tuck your chin right in. If you need to bring your hips forward to make sure you're right up there, do that. And now when you start transferring weight into your neck, stop talking. So I'm going to talk you through what I'm going to do first. Is I'm just going to come up into something that looks like down dog so that my back is coming straight up out of my neck. And if I'm quite flexible and I have the position correct, my legs are just going to float up into that headstand. So I'm going now. It's important to keep your shoulders down, the weight right on the top of your head, and your neck as straight as you can keep it. So, my big problem with that one is the flexibility in my hips. You see, with my back straight, my feet don't come to the ground. No matter how far I lean over, I'm not going to get a place where I'm comfortable enough through my spine to make that transition, you see? Because my back doesn't really come to straight with the angle that I need. So what I'm going to do instead, and I can do this because we've been doing moon salutations and a little bit of hip opening and stuff this week, so I have nice, comfortable inside through here. So what I can do is, again, root my hands, nice wide fingers, and then my elbows go out into the sides of my knees, and I relax forward, allowing my weight to distribute over my hands. And now once you have a firm balance there, you should be able to slowly rock forward and just rest on the top of your head. And so the nice thing about that, I'm going to give myself a little bit more room, is that you're in control of your own shape, right? So if you feel yourself starting to go this way, you just drop your feet back to the ground. If you feel yourself starting to go that way, you can just come out into a front, kind of a front roll. Tuck your head and go. So those are three, I was going to say simple inversions. Those are three easy ways to get started working with your introductory inversions, which are actually, fairly difficult poses. But hopefully those are easy, safe-ish ways for you to start practicing. Again, make sure you're always keeping your neck relaxed, not engaging more muscles through the throat than you need to. Don't speak when you have weight rested on your head, and really take care of yourself in these poses. Try to find a real life teacher who can walk you through them. A friend who's done them before who can give you some guidance. Especially that shoulder stand. Even though it may look like the easiest of the three, because of the angle of your neck, it's the most dangerous. So take care of yourselves, like and subscribe. I'll see you tomorrow.